Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're catching this. Man, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank all the new subscribers. Uh, if you getting anything from the videos, man, y'all please do me a favor, man. Go ahead and hit that like button. You know, leave a comment. It just helps the algorithm. And if you support the message and you got something from it, just go ahead and hit that like, man. It helps raise the vibration of the video so that they can reach other people. You know what I'm saying? And other people can spread out a little bit. It'll definitely be a huge support for me and just for the collective, and it'll be greatly appreciated. All right. What I want to talk about on today's video is healing, and I ain't talking about the trendy shit that people got going on today. Everybody acting as if they healing, and that they on a healing journey. Nah, healing ain't. First off, healing ain't for the vine. You feel me? Healing ain't for Facebook. Healing ain't for Instagram. And that's not saying you can't post it. You can't post about your experience. But healing is hard, bro. Healing is a lot of times healing is ugly. That process of healing and overcoming trauma and finding new ways to think about things, that shit is hard. There's nothing pretty about it. There's nothing trendy about it. It's hard work, and it takes a certain individual. It takes a very brilliant, a very strong, a very earnest individual to go on a healing journey. But I want to share some things about the healing journey, because I've came a long way when it comes to healing, from divorce, from losing both of my parents, from really hard relationships and family dynamics, and just having a very negative inner critic, like self-hatred, damn near, to a point of self-love, to a point of like always peaceful, mostly peaceful. Like my main vibe is one of peace, true peace. Being able to sit with myself. But healing, truthfully, y'all, is really simple, but it's not easy. It's very simple. It's just not easy. All right, healing is simple. To heal, you have to be aware, and you have to feel, and then you have to be aware of your feelings, and then let them express themselves while you're present. All right, you have to be aware of your feelings, allow them to express themselves while you're present. That's healing emotional. Healing mentally is the same. You still have to be aware. You have to be aware, but you have to question. You have to challenge ideas. What does that look like? Say traumatic experiences. Let's say you got an emotionally traumatic experience. First off, y'all, have y'all noticed, like, have you ever just woke up and you just feels a whole bunch of shit? You don't even know what caused it. You don't even know why you feeling what you feeling. You just feeling a whole bunch of shit. I have a theory of why that happened. But I think that is the emotions at play, and that's emotions coming up to the surface and trying to release themselves out of your system. The thing that a lot of us do is we feel like something is wrong, so we we go blind. Hence, we lose our awareness and we lose our presence. We go blank, and we get to going into the day. Let me drink my coffee. Let me smoke my weed. Let me drink. You know, trigger alert. This channel is for the real, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying nothing is wrong with any of those things, right? I'm not saying nothing wrong with any of that, because like in itself, I don't think, me personally, and I do come off a biblical perspective too. Ecclesiastes, Proverbs, just to name a few, but Ecclesiastes, there's a time and a place for everything. I feel like within their self, none of those things are wrong. I smoke sometimes. I drink. I definitely love me some coffee. But doing anything just so you don't feel what you're feeling, I'm gonna call it what it is. It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. It's not gonna lead to, and it's necessary sometimes because we gotta cope. We got a lot of demands, so you know it's understandable, and we have to do it sometimes. It's logical. It's reasonable at times. But if we talking about healing, which is why I say this is not a trendy thing like people try to make it, then no, healing, we gotta sit with that. We gotta make time to deal with that. We gotta make time to feel that. And so let's go back to the two hemispheres, you know, healing the heart, healing the mind. When you healing the heart, or in that example I just used, how you wake up and you have feelings out there, the key, which is why so many people that understand meditation, you know, recommends meditation so much, is because meditation has a way of teaching you to be aware of what's going on within you, either mentally or emotionally, without identifying yourself with it. Like if you got these feelings going on inside of your body, you might be feeling turmoil, you might be feeling guilt, you know, and you just like, you know, you don't want to feel that. You don't like how that makes you feel. It unsettles you. Well, the healing comes from you not getting rid of this feeling so much, okay? That's what a lot of people are trying to do. They try to get rid of the feeling. That's not where the healing happens. The healing comes when you change your relationship to that feeling. When guilt come up, instead of you being like, nah, bro, then you get to thinking and you're trying to work yourself up out of this feeling, and now you in just a fucked up mood because it's here. No, healing comes from you slowly and gradually. As guilt comes up, you accept it. You let it come there, and it's in your energy field. So unhealthy looks like guilt is coming, and you like, no, you're resisting, and you're trying to do everything to get away from it. And at some point, it's definitely taking over your body, it's possessing you, and whether you know it or not, you know, the untrained eye ain't gonna see it, but you acting it out and throughout your day. With anxiety, the way you speak, how irritable you getting, versus healed is like guilt. You see the guilt, you're looking at it, and somebody come up and talk to you, you can respond because you're not in a reactive space. You still feeling the guilt, but you can respond to it. It's funny though, because what happens as you have awareness with something, and now I can sit here and look, and instead of saying, man, I'm guilty, I say, I feel guiltiness within me. I may not know why, but I feel it. And the self-compassion is going to require compassion for you to allow yourself to be there, because most people are not going to even understand it. They subject to it, but they're not going to even understand that. They're not going to understand you giving yourself space. You might have to give yourself quiet space to feel that. I feel guilty, and I don't know why. And what I realize, as you sit with that feeling, as unpleasant as it is, and you stay present, it may be turning your ass up. It may be making you think shit. It may be making you feel just nasty. You don't want to talk to nobody. The self-compassion is you giving yourself space to be there. If you don't want to talk to nobody, the self-compassion is you giving yourself that. Okay, you don't have to talk to nobody. Let me put the phone on Do Not Disturb. so that we can sit with this. I promise you, if you do this, that feeling is going to start to find roots and find places for it to disperse. At some point, you might start yawning. You might have memories come up. Then it starts to go into the mind, and before it releases, you might have memories start to come up that remind you of certain things, which is really that emotional content being processed. It's being processed. It's being processed through your awareness and through your space, through your presence. As it goes to the mind now, it's not just a feeling now, it's a thought. When you have something in your mind that needs healing, it's gonna be able to be triggered outside of you. Somebody can come up to you and just say some shit, and it gets you on a mental, it triggers your mind, and it could start to lead you down negativity. The way to challenge and to heal mental things is to question them, challenge them. Because what happens, y'all, is just like when I mentioned the example of you going blind emotionally, like when the guilt comes and then you go blank. The same thing happened with the mind. Something happened, a thought pattern that happened. Maybe you tell yourself all the time, I'm a lazy ass nigga, or I'm a disrespectful nigga, or I hate myself. And every time that thought comes, you automatically believe it. It's like, I hate myself, dog. And then you go through this whole little orbit of thoughts. I've been through this. So, it's no judgment. I'm hoping that it's light, and this is for people that's ready for it. If you made it to this video, to this point, you ready for it. And this is a gift. This is a gift. I thank God that I'm here. I thank God that we're here together. But you go through it down that pattern because it's true for you. So you giving your energy to it. What you should do, what I recommend you do, is when that thought pattern comes, I'ma let her. When that thought pattern comes, I'm a lazy person, or I hate myself. When it comes, instead of go blind and just go down that pattern of, bro, it's always, and trying to move that energy, trying to get it away from you, trying to smoke it away, numb it, address it. Answer the question, well, why do I hate myself though? But what reason do I hate myself? Once you start questioning how you know it's working, because what's gonna happen, you're gonna ask that question and then your shit gonna go blank. Your mind gonna go blank. You ever had somebody, you ever been in an argument with somebody, and a lot of us have. You ever been in an argument with somebody and they call you out on your shit, you feeling real mad about that shit, like you hot, and you know why you hot. And then they ask you the right question to challenge you, and then you get, like, you just lose it. That's essentially what you're doing. The only difference is, once you lose it, do not protect it. Because what happened when you lose it, you detach from that thought pattern. This was an entity that was possessed in you, that was built out of a whole bunch of thoughts that maybe somebody else conditioned you to believe or anything, but your presence start to separate from that. Do not protect that, because there's gonna be a tendency to try to protect that. Like, nah, bro, but I'm right. You trying to feel that way. You're not intentionally trying to feel that way, but the way our body work, y'all, about physically, when you lifting weight, emotionally and mentally, it's through habit. Through habit, it works through habit. And to get a better understanding of that, y'all, I really recommend reading books on consistency, specifically a book called Atomic Habits, Compound Effect, and Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. It works on habits. Just try it. Some of y'all already know this. Some of y'all already have experienced this. I'm just here as a reaffirmation. This is not my knowledge. This is me tapping in to you. Inside of you, we are the same. You know, if I'm more tapped in than you, just call me big bro. Uh, if you older than me and it makes you feel better, smart little nephew. I don't know. I don't give a damn. You know, it ain't about that. You know, at some point it's just about us sharing and uplifting each other. What you give out, you get back. I want mine. That I want mine, and I want you to have yours. You know what I'm saying? And if I can be a light that sparks your light, that's what I'm here for. You know, that's what I'm here for. That's that's greater than any dollar amount to me. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, to get back to what I was saying, you separate from that mentally, and and now there's this space. Do not defend it. Just stay in that space and allow it to release off of you. To allow it to release, it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be sitting there trying to get in, and at some point it's just gonna start. It's gonna go. It's like a phantom, and you win more of your presence back. What happens after you heal? What happens after things? Because it's a process. It's gonna keep coming, but it's like as it keeps coming, keep choosing. Change the habit by keep choosing different. I'm a hateful person. I hate myself. No, why? Why do I have to hate myself? Every time it comes, you challenging it. You're making an opening for new things to come in. What will you start seeing once you start healing? And once this is working, you're gonna start noticing a lot. You're gonna start noticing things about the people around you and how they play into these relationships. You're gonna start to see like, damn, this is toxic. You're gonna start to see where you are not equally yoked with somebody, where it was somebody who was using your disposition in that way to get energy from you, whether they know it or not. They may not have done the work to be aware of what's going on. You are now, though. That's when you have to make a choice. That's how the video I posted yesterday about rejection, that's where that comes in. It's time for you to start rejecting. It's time for you to start saying no to those things. Yeah, that's when that comes in. So you know. But you are gonna start to feel this peace, and I have to warn you, there will come the point you're gonna start feeling a lot of peace and a lot of space. You're gonna be able to make like all the things that God was trying to pour into you, or that you might start seeing a friend, or you might have somebody around you that was giving you this game, and you couldn't really fully see it. You might start to see them. You might start to like, damn, I appreciate it. What's happening is you're moving into a new timeline. It may have been something that was already around you trying to come into your life, but you couldn't receive it because you were so stuffed and crowded with this shit that you are healing. So that's why meditation is so powerful. I'm not saying that everybody has to meditate, but that's why meditation is so powerful, because it gives you that ability to do that. It gives you the ability to do it. Meditation has taught me how to turn that shit on like that. I can be in a really tough situation, and because I've practiced meditating so much, I do it every morning when I wake up and right before I go to bed. Well, most mornings. I ain't perfect. I don't always do that shit, but I try to keep up with it when I can think about it, and I even try to practice discipline around it. But meditation, it helps that. And meditation is simply, the practice of it is you taking like 5 to 10 minutes out of your day, or you just giving yourself 5 to 10 minutes to where you detach from everything that's going on. Everything that you are thinking, everything that you are feeling, everything that's going on around you, you completely detach. You are just a presence. You are experiencing yourself as only a presence. Thoughts come, they're not your thoughts, they're just thoughts. Feelings come, they're not your feelings, they're just feelings. You are the presence. As you practice this, your ability to embody that presence grows, and it's not just for bragging rights. That presence has wisdom in it. That presence has insight in it, and that presence that you'll come to see is connected to everything around you. So that's a lot of game. And I thank God for endowing me with the authority to even be able to express something like this. If you got something from this video, let me know. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you disagree with something about it. Let me know, your thoughts. And if anything, if you don't feel to make a comment, hit a like. It helps get the message out to more people. It helps people to see it. And yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all help keep me going with this too. I am human, and it can, like I say, it can be discouraging. But when I see people really appreciating, and I see it laying in with people, and and I know that it's doing a positive thing, it helps me. It motivates me to keep going. So yeah, anything that y'all do, I appreciate it. We are growing as a subscriber and as a very small community, and I just thank y'all for being here, man. So with that being said, today might be a great day. Today might not be as good of a day. You might be barely making ends meet, or you might be at the pinnacle of your success. Either way, the greatest place for you to come from, that you can come from, is from right where you are. Is that starting to make a little more sense now after this video? From right where you are. I wish you peace, love, and abundance. You deserve it. Every day. Every day. But especially when it rains. Thank y'all, man. Stay blessed, stay beautiful, stay powerful, stay protected. Peace.